Yes, you're watching the South Australian Sports Show. Bowls is on the agenda. Poppy, and of course, Peter March, Matthew Northcott being good enough to join us. How are you, fellas?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Thanks. Fair bit happening in bowls at the moment, boys. You've got the state titles not too far away here in South Australia. Everything's in South Australia at Lockley's, of course.
Yes, so that's coming up in April, starting April the 6th. So we're sending our best 12 male and female players along to the Lockley's Bowling Club to hopefully bring back some silverware for Bowls South Australia this year. Happens annually. It's our turn to host it this year, which we're very excited about, and hopefully get some good crowds to watch the best players there.
I know I've asked this question before, but I've forgotten the answer. How are we standing up on a national level just at the minute?
We're doing pretty well, actually. We're probably not batting above our average, but our results have been quite good considering our population compared to the eastern states.
Sure.
New South Wales, Queensland, massive population in their clubs and membership-wise. So for such a small state, we've been top three the last couple of years. So hopefully take that next step and really win the title.
Yeah, good.
I want to know if we can be like India. Can we doctor the pitch in our favour? Any chance of that?
As long as the rain stays away, it will be in our favour. Playing on the home greens is a big advantage. We get to practice for a few weeks leading up to it. So the other states, it's a bit foreign, different kinds of grasses. So if the rain stays away, it's pretty.
So what do we deliver? What do we deliver on the day over that weekend? Say.
So it's 4 days of competition, so 2 games per day, round robin, so just full on action the whole day. Pretty much the boys and girls will be playing for, the games will go for probably about 3 hours, break for lunch and then another one in the afternoon. So there's plenty to see and do, rotating the matchups throughout the day, so different games, start again. And
Right, night owls, the finals, we're into them?
Well, we're currently in the midst of the regional finals, and night owls is massive. It's born in South Australia.
Yeah.
It's the more social format of the sport, so people get out, they love to have a chat, they can take their shoes off, they'll have a beer. So it's a good way to socialise while being active at the same time. But we've got the regional finals happening at the moment, and that all comes to a head on the 23rd of April where they have the state final, which crowns the overall winner of the night owls.
The weather's been a bit hit and miss over the last 3 or 4 months for some reason. I don't reckon we've had a summer at all. How is it, or has it affected at all the competition?
Well, we've had some shocking days for some of our events, but night owl seems to be unscathed.
Is that right? It's amazing how it works.
Yeah, it's all about timing. Some days we've had some of our major events at Bowls SA that we've been run around through heat or rain to reschedule, but night owls seems to go stronghold no matter what. So there's always another game the next week. So they seem to get through all right. And
you know, one of the things I enjoy about listening to the Bowls guys when they come in, and the ladies too, they're really innovative. And you touched on it there. You know, I drove past one of the grounds last week and had come and play barefoot night.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's just terrific. And obviously people, I know I saw it and thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind having a go at that, barefoot. Is it attracting, night owls attracting a different group of people to bowls?
Oh, absolutely it does, yeah. It's bringing a whole younger set. Not that the more competitive athletes aren't the younger bowlers as well, but we've kind of got this aim to make lawn bowls everyone's favourite or second favourite sport. So once the footy career's over, they go, I played lawn bowls once upon a time, I'll go give it a go.
Yeah.
So they come back to it later in life.
You know,
but that's not to say there's not people coming into it at a younger age.
And we've spoken about this transition of people coming into bowls at such a young age, which is fantastic. But you know, there's a couple that I go past. It's the one at Unley Oval. It is always packed, and also the one down at Henley Beach, always packed. How do those two stand up against night owls bowls across the state? Are there regions where it's just you have to turn them away, and regions where you still need some support?
I think most clubs do pretty well out of the night owls program, putting the nights on and things like that. We're really excited about the regional finals. It's a chance for us at Bowls SA to unite all the clubs together under one banner. So those people that play at Sturt or Henley, whereas they play against the same teams week in, week out, we can bring those two clubs together, and Sturt can play against Henley and things like that. So meet a whole new batch of people, and you know, that statewide connection. So it is really exciting.
Good, There's always a bit of controversy when you pick the ground that the state titles are going to be played at. Now, are they going to be played at Lockley's? How did Lockley's secure?
So that's for the nationals. The night owls finals actually at 2
No, I'm talking about the state titles.
The state titles. So there's conditions sent down through Bowls Australia. You have to have a requirement of 4 greens to host the amount of players that play in that championship. So South Australia actually has 3 clubs that have enough greens to host it. So They just tender for it, and I'm not sure who makes the lucky decision, but Lockleys were chosen as the best facility for it this time around. So, yeah, it's about putting the tender forward and meeting the criteria, basically.
The surface that you play on, does that play a big part in it? You know, because there's the lawn, there's the turf, there's the
synthetic.
For a state title, is there a specific surface that has to be played on?
Definitely, I think the part of the criteria is turf for the national championships. So Lockleys got 4 very good turf greens, which would stack up against the best in the country. So
could you see it swinging away from that? You know, because it seems to be getting harder and harder. Well, the people we've interviewed across the journey, the expense of keeping the turf, and could you see, I don't know, 10 years' time that turf won't be the...
I think it's only probably a matter of time. It's probably just been one of those traditional things. It's been the bygone that it's always been played on turf, but as more synthetic clubs come through and being all weather, all round, gives more flexibility as to when to play these sorts of championships, then I can see that definitely be played.
Is it a great opportunity too, I guess, to put bowls front and centre in this state at the moment? We talk about it being the preferred or second preferred sport. Does this attract new sponsors, new interest from people that wouldn't normally maybe take a second look? Is there history in that?
We certainly hope so. Like if someone comes along to watch at Lockleys on the 6th or any of the night owl stuff, they might see something they never would have thought they would have seen based on their prior conception of bowls. So if there's some young students there at Lockleys that might have had a different perception of bowls, and they come along and see these best players who wouldn't be average age of more than 30 really, it might really spark a new wave of bowlers coming through, which we're really excited about.
I've got no doubt if I went to night owls and saw Poppy drinking a Coke, that'd be something I'd never seen before.
No, you never think to see that, would you? You never would. But you know, it's actually, you make a good point there. The elite bowls that I've watched, and albeit on synthetic, on television, is that you see the players that are playing are 20 and 30. And the people that are watching are still ranging in age from 23 to 80 or 90. They just love the sport. I think that's one of the great things about bowls in particular, which is good.
We want to plug on the seniors as well. Coming up, we're doing a lot of work for the seniors in South Australia at the moment. So there's actually a state and national pathway been put in place. There's an over 60s nationals, which is the same as what we're playing, a round robin with state versus state. That's coming up again next year, but we've put a state pathway in place we're having events all across our state where seniors over 60s can compete in these events, and they actually lead to state selection. So it's an opportunity for, if you think your state playing days of any sport have gone by, over 60s have got a spot for state representation.
I might have a crack at that. Now, just before we go, because we're getting the wind up from the producer here, I forgot to mention 5AA, good sponsors for the night owls.
Oh, absolutely, yes. 5AA are the naming sponsors of the night owls. So it is the 5AA night owls. They give us tremendous support. They send personalities out. They've all had a crack and loved it.
Who's the worst? Who's the worst?
Well, it'd be Rowie.
Rowie.
Yeah, it'd have to be Rowie. Yeah. No, actually, you know what? Leon Biner.
Leon Biner.
I reckon Will Goodings would be good.
Will is good.
I'd say Will would be good. David Penberthy, he'd hate to lose. He'd be competitive.
They are. James
Leon Biner would be sus.
Fix would cheat.
He would cheat. He would stretch the rules a bit.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's good. Good support. 5AA. Well done, boys. That's good.
Boys, appreciate you coming in. So I'm sure we'll speak to you again before the big event starts in April. We need to get to a break. Stay with us. Still a bit more to come.